Hello, my friends. Katie Day with the Moving to Texas team in Houston, Texas. Today, we are off of 18th Street at Dak and Bop to speak with Jason, the owner, and hear his story.
My name is Jason Cho. I'm the owner of Dak and Bop on 18th Street. We've been here since January of 2020, and we're located on 1805 West 18th Street. As a company, we've been around since 2014. Our original location was over on Bin Street near the Children's Museum and the zoos. That location closed May of 2020, right as COVID was kind of getting hot and heavy. And then we kind of opened this one kind of without knowing about COVID, obviously, but as we were kind of launching, we had to stop everything. So you can imagine we're open for a couple months and then had to shut everything down. So it's been quite a challenge, but that's the story behind this location right now. The former location, we were doing Korean fried chicken with a Korean Mexican inspired menu. At this location, being an old Pizza Hut, we kind of wanted to do a different take on the Korean inspired dishes, so we went with a Korean Italian spin instead. I didn't want to keep the menu the same at both locations because my intention was to keep both restaurants up and running so people would have multiple locations to try different cuisines. But you know, hindsight, obviously, maybe I would have done things a little bit differently, but it has worked out fairly well doing the way we are right now. People seem to like it, all the new dishes that we've come up with the chefs, and the chicken is still here, which is the foundational piece, and people seem to still be very pleased with it. So my dad and mom came to America at just like most immigrants, not knowing how to speak the language, just worked hard their whole lives. And my dad came to Houston in '78, started his own business. And basically, me being a lifetime Houstonian, I really felt like, man, there's something missing in the city after I went to New York and tried the different cuisines there. And one thing that really stood out was Korean fried chicken. And so I decided, you know what, I want to go ahead and learn it and open it and just try it out. But my motivating factor behind it was I wanted to use the funds and the gain that I get from those businesses with the restaurant to help my dad kind of retire and kind of take it easy, as taking care of family. It's kind of big in our culture, whether it's Vietnamese, Chinese, or Korean, Filipino. Family is really important, especially parents. Unfortunately, right when I was about to start construction and I signed the lease and the loan and everything, my dad passed away. So he didn't even get to see like the restaurant kind of open. But back to answer your original question, how did I come up with the name? It was with my pops, with my dad. He didn't really help me come up with it. He just gave me his non-verbal nod of approval on the name. I know I'm gonna have chicken, and then Koreans eat a lot of rice, or Asians eat a lot of rice. Let's do chicken and rice, but I'm not gonna call it chicken and rice. Okay, I'll call it Dak and Bop. Being a Houstonian my whole life, I feel like Korean influence or Korean food in general is kind of underrepresented in Houston. There are great choices, but I don't know if there's enough choices. I've always had this vision of wanting to expand Korean culture, and whether that's in the food or different businesses that are Korean influenced, that's always been a dream of mine. I'm really happy to see like other Korean fried chicken places opening, Korean barbecue places opening, Korean coffee shops. There's a lot more coming up, and that really makes me happy that it's happening in our city, because I think the Korean culture has a lot to offer. You know, there's a lot of people that were skeptical about this concept being able to be successful. And it's not that it's widely successful. It took a lot of hard work and a lot of determination, but it was a risk that I was willing to take and willing to lose everything because I felt so passionate about it, and because I felt like my finger's on the pulse when it comes to my city. And I thought, you know what, if New York has a bunch of these around there, if LA has a bunch in Chicago, I mean, Houston is just as big of a city as all those other cities. They should be receptive to it if I do it correctly and if I do a good job. And it's just been a true blessing from the beginning all the way up until now, even in the midst of COVID. Just have met a lot of wonderful people, whether they've worked for me or been a customer of mine. And it's truly, again, just a blessing. And I'm just very happy that I'm able to do what I do. I hope to continue to do it as long as I can. So this is Jason Cho of Dak and Bop on 18th Street. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram on Dak and Bop at 18th. Or I'm sorry, Dak and Bop 18th. I actually am really poor with social media, but my managers are great. We have Instagram, social, and also we have a TikTok on Dak and Bop as well, 18th, and we also have a Facebook. Really would love to see more new faces. We have a lot of repeat faces, but I keep on getting told that we're a hidden gem, and I went to business school, and not being known is usually not the best way to succeed. And so I would really like to see some new faces and love some feedback on our cuisine and everything, because we're always striving to get better. We're not perfect, we want to improve. One thing I can guarantee, your chicken should be extra crispy. Look forward to seeing you.